Hey everybody, it's Aisa, not Asia, and I'm here today to kind of get you guys caught up because I don't think I made a video in like 2 weeks. And yeah, there's a reason for that. I took the trip from hell. It did get better near the end, even though I have a totally different story time or vlog about what went on with my mom and my sister once I got to the East Coast. But yeah, really got a hitch in our giddy up. You know, basically everything that could have gone wrong went wrong pretty early on in the doggone trip. So my husband said, well, I'm going to be driving out to the Midwest. Where was it? Wisconsin. Okay. He was going to be doing that already or whatever. And he was like, well, since we're going to be, you know, there that far away and I'm driving there from LA where we live, I'm going to check to see how far away New Jersey is. And that's where I'm from. And I didn't get to go visit my mom. I didn't get to spend her birthday with her, her 80th. She is 80 years old, officially the oldest person in my family. My family does not live to be old. So we're pretty excited for her, okay? So he wanted to kind of surprise me or give me away because we really couldn't afford it. But with this trip that he was already going on, you know, already kind of somewhat the portion of it, the beginning of it already being paid for, it'd be a lot easier for us to go from there, right? Because he said it was just 12 hours away, like a half a day. Great, okay? So we get all packed up and we start going ourselves across the country. Now we went to the Grand Canyon, we took pictures of rocks and all kinds of stuff, right? We're going through Colorado, you know, regular stuff, stopping at the bathroom, getting snacks, walking the dog. That's another one. I got a dog. Shh, don't tell nobody yet. And just driving. My husband's doing his lion's share of the driving because he really doesn't want me. He really doesn't like when I drive. So he likes to do it, and he'll only let me drive if he's like dead tired, about to pass out, but doesn't want to stop at a hotel yet. So we're stopping at hotels. We're paying our pet fees and all of that crap and getting up and, you know, doing the doggone thing. So we're heading out of Colorado. We're in Nebraska. We're going through Nebraska. We're not, you know, it's the middle of the day, so we're not even going to have to get a hotel there. We're going to drive right on through it. And while we're driving on the freeway, my husband is like, what? Is that a cop? Like, is it stopping me? He was like, how fast am I going? I'm like, what are you? And I look at the thing. He's going 80, and the speed limit is 75. So that's not the reason they stopped us. Yeah. So when Mr. Cop stops us and comes over, I'm getting the stuff out of the little pocket thing. What the heck is it called? Oh my God, the glove compartment. Yeah, I'm getting stuff out of the glove compartment, and he comes to my side because I guess he saw me shuffling around and maybe thought I was doing something. So I give him the stuff, and he asked my husband to get out. First, he tells us that we were speeding, which I already told you. We're doing 80 in a 75, which is above the 75, but it isn't above the grace speed that we're supposed to get of about 5 miles, right? But either way, such is our plight. Supposedly we were speeding and we were not. He separates my husband, and he has been back there in his car, or by his car and then in his car for like a really, really long time. So I'm starting to wonder, why is this taking so long? And why would he need to, why, you know, what about the days when cops used to pull you over and say you speeding and give you a speeding ticket? What's with all this extra chitting and chatting and, you know, we're on a trip, first of all. It's hot. Second of all, this dog is yipping and yapping in the car. Oh my God. Okay, so I am beginning to get restless. The dog is crying, so I get him. And when the cop sees me do that, he, I guess, you know, is once again alarmed. So that's when they came back up. But this was quite some time. I would say probably 20 minutes I'd been sitting there. And he's like, oh, well, we're going to have some other cops come, and we're going to check the car. So I see all of these police cars starting to, you know, come on the side of the road. Everybody's putting on gloves and everything. So the cop, for whatever reason, asked my husband if he had marijuana he said he smelled it. My husband had like one of those little marijuana pens. Now, the thing is, my husband has a prescription, a medical marijuana card. He has had many surgeries on his knees and his spine, and the medical marijuana is quite necessary for him to help with pain or anxiety, or I don't know what the hell it helps with. I just know that he has it, the doctor said it's okay, and he has always had it. So it isn't against the law for him to have it. But apparently in Nebraska, it is a heinous crime to have marijuana. I'm like, well, first of all, we're not even, I mean, we're in Nebraska, but we're not in Nebraska. We're not like here settling. We're literally driving down the road to get the hell out of here. as fast as when we came. And when they are picking apart the car, they put my husband in a car back there. They took me out of our car and me and my dog into another police car. And then I'm watching 5 cops rumble through all of my clothes, my coats. They're throwing our stuff on the ground and blah, blah, blah. And when it all comes down to it, essentially, marijuana is against the law there. Supposedly, they have a lot of marijuana deaths. I don't know anybody I've never heard of anyone dying from marijuana. Oh, someone just died last night from marijuana. Okay, so my husband's like, well, I haven't been smoking today. And it's legal for me to do it, but no, I just been on the road. So, well, when's the last time you smoked? He was like, last night. You know what? I think you might be under the influence. We might want to give you a blood test. A blood test for what? Well, he first tried to make him do the inebriation test, but my husband has bad knees. He can't be doing all of this trying to walk in a straight line. So he was like, okay, we'll do the breath test. Breath test, blew completely clean, 0.0. I still think that you might be under the influence, maybe with the marijuana. We want to give you a test. We're like, marijuana stays in your blood for at least 30 days. Like that is not going to tell if he has been smoking right now. And then you stop us for a speeding ticket. I mean, I don't know how now this is we're like the drug crime lord of the freaking century, with all millions of cops there. But essentially, when the cop came back, he was like, we're going to arrest your husband for felony and some misdemeanors. A felony in Nebraska and some misdemeanors. So you're headed east, but I'm going to need you to drive 50 miles west backwards by yourself to this weird ass town in Nebraska. I can't even, Sydney? I think that's it. Drive back to there where I guess you'll be able to figure it out from there. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm panicking now. So I'm like, and they're talking about, bond and bail, which are words that I heard. And I guess on some level, I know that it just kind of means money. I don't know what the money does or what I don't really know a lot of stuff about court and jail and those things. So I'm frantic. I don't feel like I have a strong grasp of exactly what's going on. But apparently, he was like, well, in Nebraska, it is a felony for any product to have the THC extracted from the marijuana in a concentrated form. So it wasn't even about the little pen thing that my husband does, the little e-cigarettes marijuana smoker thing with. He found a cookie. Now, my husband does not eat edibles. He thinks they suck. He said they don't do anything for him. He doesn't believe that anybody could ever feel anything from them or that it could aid them. He thinks they're too soft, too light. But sometimes the marijuana places, they just give them to you for free for being a good customer or whatever. And he just kind of gives them to people or whatever. So he's got this cookie in the car. And the cookie, he got a felony for a freaking cookie being in the car. So I put my stuff back in the car, put stuff back in the trunk, the car is a wreck, and I head to this other county in order to try to figure something out. When I actually get to the courthouse, the judge place, the whatever, I'm like, oh, you know what? I probably need to get some gas and I need to go to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom when they stopped us, and the hour and a half that it took for them to do all of this stuff. I mean, I had to go to the bathroom like you wouldn't believe. I don't know what kind of weird ass ghost town I was in, but literally every single place that I drove up to was closed. So I would get out, I would park. I'm like, wow, not a lot of people in this town. Closed. I was about to just cop a squat, I found a hotel. But when I found the first one, no one's there. I'm like, really? The hotel is closed too? But it's like, hey, just give us a call. I called them and it's like the Verizon customer something, whatever. I'm like, really? A business and their phone is turned off? But then I noticed that pretty much anytime I use the phone, it was saying this. I'm like, everyone's phone is turned off? No, my phone company does not have coverage in that area. And we're roaming on a Verizon tower. And for some reason, the Verizon tower is not allowing us to make phone calls on my husband's phone, which is where all the money was. So they gave me his phone because it's, his wallet and all of that. Just so, it wouldn't just be there, because I needed to call his friends and try to beg for the money because it was $50,000. Yes, $50,000. And 10% of that was $5,000. So I needed to call people who I hardly know and beg them for thousands and thousands of dollars to get my husband out of the big house. And his phone isn't working. But then my phone seemed to work. I found some cheesy little motel that had free Wi-Fi and things were good. My husband, they were letting him call me. I was calling his friend. His friend is like, well, maybe if we did this or that. It just got into this really big thing. Okay, my husband wanted to be out that day. That did not happen, no matter how hard I tried. His friend did wind up actually sending the money after, I mean, really hardcore begging and confusion and my sadness and my inability to cope. I'm like, I need help. So they said, the cops told my husband, first of all, there's no bail bondsman in this place. And like I said, there's no internet. So I cannot use the GPS to find where it is that I'm going, and I cannot make phone calls. First, my phone could call out, and his couldn't. So I called Boost Mobile, and I said, why is my husband's phone not working? We're on the same family plan. They're like, oh, well, let me look into that. And them looking into it now made my phone not work. So I have 2 cell phones. Neither of them make phone calls or get on the internet. The guy, Western Union, the money. I went to the Save Mart or wherever the hell it was, and I'm like, okay. I filled out my paper, like, okay, I'm here to pick up the $5,000. Oh, well, you know what, honey? I can only give you $1,000, and then I'll have to give you the other $4,000 in money orders. I'm like, okay, does the jail take money orders? Well, I don't know. Why don't we call them? Thanks, lady, because I don't have a phone. So she calls them, and she's like, unfortunately, no, they don't. But here's what you can do. I'll give you the $1,000 and the $4,000 in money orders, and in the morning you can go to the bank and cash them in. I'm like, sounds like a plan. Okay. My husband's going frantic because at first he was able to call me, and now my phone doesn't allow any calls. He even had the cops call me, like themselves, like, well, let me check to see, like, so he thought that I maybe got beat up or killed. This was it's not election. What is it? Debate. It was a debate night in Nebraska. And let me tell you, everybody that I saw was dressed in that army fatigue stuff that they wear on Duck Dynasty. And it was a very frightening place to be, a very scary place to be. Let's say that. So the next morning, I wake up, I got all my stuff, I'm in the car, I'm, all right, let me go get my man out of the big house. No, okay. This next day was filled with me basically driving all over the country, actually not the country, this whole little town, and, hey, can I get these money orders filled, like, cashed in? No. Well, the bank ain't going to do it. Well, maybe the Walmart. The Walmart's the one who told me, well, no, they're not going to do it. No. The Save Mart place, the same place that I bought the things from, a lady in the morning told me they're not going to do it at the bank unless you have a bank account. I'm like, well, I have Bank of America. Do they have that? She was like, girl, you were in the boonies. No. I'm like, damn white girl. No, hell no. What do you think you are? Yeah, so then they said, well, maybe down to the Walmart. So I drive all the way to Walmart. Walmart is like, no, we only do whatever type of money order theirs is. Not Western Union, but the other money order company. They only do that. The white girl there actually said that if I was never able to find anybody, that I could come back and maybe she could take me, we could go to her bank and she can put them into her bank account and give me the cash or whatever. But I still kind of felt like that was a setup, and she might actually just call a boyfriend and, kill me after I came out with the money or something. So I did not want to do that. Basically, it all came down to, I went into a bank. They were like, well, you could try this bank. The bank didn't help me, but they did try. They were like, well, we can't, cash these, but let's let her talk to Bob. Well, Bob could probably help. Well, maybe Bob. So they let me go in the back and talk to Bob. Bob prints out some things to, that I can go a couple of states over to get to Bank of America to get the money out. And I don't know, he gave me directions for other things or something like that. But the good thing that he did was let me use the phone. So I called. He already knew the number to the court or the jailhouse or whatever the heck. Like I said, no bail bondsman. You have to bring the money directly to the jail and just hand it to them. I'm like, okay. So, and why wouldn't they take money orders? That's what I don't get. And why would you tell me to go to a place that I was going to get money orders if you don't take them? So anyway, yeah, he let me use the phone. And of course, the cop had given me the wrong number, but he knew the number. So I called, and the cop that answered was like, we've been looking all over for you. So your husband is worried to death. He thought something happened to you. Like, no, my phone's not working. He was like, where are you now? I'm like, I'm at this bank. And he's like, you going to be there for a while? I'm like, well, my dog is in the hotel, and it's, I have to check out in like a really short amount of time. So I have to go back. He's like, well, when you get down there, maybe I could meet you somewhere. He was like, I got it all kind of figured out. So essentially he told me he knew a bank. He set it up. He knew a bank that would cash the money orders for me. So they were being very, very kind in the jail to my husband. when I did finally get there, got the dog checked out of the hotel and went there to get him, the cop, he brought me outside and he was like, go to that bank right there. You know, I have family that works there and yeah, they'll help you. So I got it all squared away. I got my man out of jail on this $5,000 bond or bail or whichever one is called. And he has to go back to court sometime soon. I don't even know how we're going to get there. Like, we're not rich. We couldn't even afford the trip in the first place, right? So, and the only way to get the $5,000 back, which we owe to other people, is for him to go there. And we're still going to owe, well, they're going to keep $500. Now we're going to owe our friend $500. Like, it's just all bad, okay? So this will go down in history as the, and I mean the absolute worst road trip ever, okay? And I've had some doozies when I was younger, you know, traveling around with my sorority sisters. Actually, that is a lie. When I was younger, it was all good with all the tricks with my sorority. It was nothing but fun, nothing but good times. No jail. Oh, no, I did get punched in the mouth and, you know, and had to get stitches in my lip at one point. But that's neither here nor there. This was scary. This was embarrassing. This was perplexing. And I'm wondering if this was even legal, because after all of this that they took us through, do you know they didn't even give us a speeding ticket? I'm pretty sure there was no probable cause to stop us. We were not driving like psychos. We wouldn't do that, especially in a town that is not particularly Negro. Yeah, we know how to stay in our lane. And yeah, I think there are a lot of trumped up things going on with this. I'm praying for the best, because I don't want him to go out there and go to court and they just, I don't know, throw him in jail. I don't even know what can be done. I don't know if it was legal. I don't know if you can go to jail for having something that's legal where you're from, and then you go to another place in the same country. Okay. I can see if I went to another country, you know, bringing liquor to a non-liquor country somewhere else. But here, driving cross country to visit family or friends or whoever, I don't think that bringing your medicine that is legal for you to have where you're from, should he have been expected to leave it? Can he really be arrested? Like, these are things that are just, I mean, they're racking my brain. But I guess I just won't know until it happens. So, oh my gosh, if you guys are religious, please say a prayer for my husband, my family in this situation. If you are not religious, please just send me some well wishes, some positive energy, some goodness, some love, all of that, because this is a stress. Okay. Anyway, like I said, the second part of the trip when I actually got to New Jersey, that's another video, because my mother and my sister was tripping. And I will let you guys know what the heck they were doing. But for now, this video is over and it is Halloween. It's Halloween, and I'm thinking I'm probably just going to go out and get me, I don't know, a halo and some wings, because I'm an angel. Oh, and maybe I can get some devil ears for my husband, and yeah, we could be, you know, the good, the evil, and the good. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will keep you guys posted on this situation. Thank you for the well wishes that I already know are going to be coming, because you guys are awesome. And until the next time, I can't wait to talk to you guys again. Bye. Thanks so much for watching, guys. When you get a chance, swing by my previous video about donations for a domestic violence shelter, and I will be taking those donations for as long as they're coming. I also have a gossip, rant, and reality TV review channel, and if you're into any of those things, swing by and check me out. Her baby's father was... And on the fitness front, yes, I do have a fitness channel where I share free workouts made just for you.